Tonight, we're diving into one of the most profound decisions humanity has ever made. A team of scientists, artists, and philosophers faced an impossible question. If you could send a message to an alien civilization, what would you say? How would you represent your entire species in sounds and images? What does it mean to be human, distilled down to the most essential elements? In 1977, they had to answer that question. And they had less than a year to do it. The Voyager missions were designed primarily as planetary explorers. They would study Jupiter and Saturn, and, if lucky, continue to Uranus and Neptune. But someone realized something extraordinary. These spacecraft wouldn't just visit planets and return home. They'd keep traveling. Forever. Outward into the cosmic void, carrying with them whatever we decided to send. That realization led to one of humanity's boldest ideas, a golden record, a message to the stars, a time capsule launched from one world toward the infinite darkness, on the slim hope that someone, somewhere, might find it billions of years from now. This is the story of what we chose to say about ourselves when we thought no one was listening, and why every choice mattered. Carl Sagan, the renowned astronomer, championed the idea. He knew the odds of the Voyagers ever being discovered were impossibly small. The galaxy spans hundreds of billions of stars. Space stretches across distances so vast that numbers fail to capture them. Two small spacecraft, traveling in arbitrary directions, would be less likely to encounter another civilization than a single grain of sand on all Earth's beaches is likely to be found by someone looking for it. And yet, Sagan argued, that didn't matter. The act of creating the message was what was significant. It forced humanity to answer a question we'd never seriously considered. What defines us? What transcends culture, language, and time? What would we want an alien intelligence to know about our world? By 1977, scientists had barely begun assembling this message. The spacecraft were already under construction. Launch windows were approaching. There was no time to waste. The committee formed with members from multiple disciplines. Physicists worked alongside musicians. Anthropologists sat with linguists. Biologists collaborated with artists. They had to condense human civilization into a single golden disk 12 inches in diameter. The constraints were brutal. Every second of audio took space. Every image meant another image had to be left behind. The core challenge was representation. How do you represent all of humanity? Billions of people across hundreds of cultures, speaking thousands of languages, creating countless art forms. Every choice meant omission. Every inclusion meant someone, somewhere, would be underrepresented or left out entirely. The sounds came first. Natural phenomena that required no translation. Wind through trees, rain falling on soil, waves crashing against shores, volcanic eruptions, the fundamental soundscape of Earth itself, thunder rumbling across sky, earthquakes shaking ground. These recordings were humanity's way of saying, here is where we come from. Here is the world that shaped us. Animal sounds followed. Whale songs, those hauntingly beautiful sequences that travel hundreds of miles through ocean depths. Birds calling at dawn, frogs croaking in marshes, dogs barking, every creature a thread in the tapestry of life. Then came human sounds, a baby's first cry, footsteps on ground, laughter, both joyful and hearty, a kiss between mother and child. The fundamental rhythms of human existence, stripped of pretense, tools being used, metal struck by hammer, wood being sawed, tractor engines, horses and carts, trains whistling in distance, jets roaring overhead. The Saturn V rocket that launched the Voyagers themselves. A progression showing human ingenuity, from ancient simplicity to modern power. But music was the challenge. How do you choose music to represent all of human expression? Western classical music dominated the early selections, and Bach's mathematical precision, Beethoven's emotional depth, Mozart's drama and beauty. These were familiar to the committee, works recognized across cultures. But the committee knew this could appear parochial, suggesting Western civilization was the pinnacle of human achievement. So they expanded. Gamelan orchestras from Java, African polyrhythmic traditions, Aboriginal songs from Australia, among the oldest continuous musical traditions on Earth, panpipes echoing across Andean peaks, Japanese meditation music, sparse and contemplative, Indian classical compositions with their complex rhythmic structures, blues expressing pain and resilience, jazz improvisation showing human creativity, rock and roll capturing youthful rebellion. They included Georgian choir music with dense harmonies, Peruvian folk traditions, or Chinese classical pieces with their distinctive scales. Each selection represented not just a musical style, but something essential about how humans express themselves, how we create beauty, how we reach toward transcendence through sound. The arguments during selection were fierce. Some committee members believed we should present humanity's best face to the cosmos, showing our achievements and aspirations. Others insisted on including evidence of our struggles, our conflicts, our challenges. The final selection emphasized positive aspects, while hinting that our civilization wasn't without difficulties. The images numbered 116 and presented another puzzle entirely. They weren't simple photographs. They were encoded as audio waveforms, mathematical descriptions that could be converted into visual information. This required explanation. Our instructions etched on the record's aluminum cover showed how to decode these signals, a cosmic instruction manual for aliens. The images included mathematical definitions, numbers in binary, units of measurement, chemical structures, the double helix of DNA, atomic diagrams, the solar system with Earth marked as our home, landscapes showing Earth's diversity, mountains and deserts and forests and oceans, human anatomy, families, children playing, athletes competing, workers laboring, architecture from various civilizations, food showing how we eat, art demonstrating creativity, technology from telescopes to vehicles to supermarkets. Each image was chosen to answer a question an alien might have. What does your world look like? Who are you as a species? What is your biology? How do you organize yourselves? What do you build? What do you create? The greetings came in 55 languages. Akkadian, a language dead for millennia. Sumerian, Latin, Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, Arabic, English, French, Russian, ancient and modern, spoken by millions and by mere thousands. Each greeting carried the same message: peace, friendship, goodwill, hope. Greetings from the children of planet Earth, one spoke. We hope someday, having solved the problems we face, to join a community of galactic civilizations. Optimistic words from a species still engaged in conflicts, still struggling with division and hatred. But that was the point. The message wasn't about what we were. It was about what we aspired to become. The pulsar map proved crucial. 14 pulsars, marked with their locations and rhythms relative to Earth's position. Pulsars are rapidly rotating neutron stars, are cosmic lighthouses sending signals into space with perfect regularity. Each pulsar has a unique period, a cosmic fingerprint. By showing their locations and periods, the record provided both coordinates and a timestamp, a way for any discoverer to determine not only where Earth was, but when the record was made. The record was manufactured with meticulous care, copper coated in gold, chosen specifically because gold doesn't corrode or oxidize. In the vacuum of space, it would remain intact for billions of years. The grooves were etched with analog audio information, similar to vinyl records, but containing far more than music. Information was stored physically, not magnetically or electronically. Even if the Voyager's power systems completely failed, even if their electronics became useless, the record would survive. Installing the record on the Voyagers required rapid work. The spacecraft construction schedule couldn't be delayed. Decisions had to be made quickly. Compromises were constant. More of this meant less of that. Higher audio quality meant fewer images. Including every region meant inadequate representation. The record was more than scientific cargo. It was philosophy made physical. It was humanity's answer to the question, what should we preserve forever? What do we want the cosmos to know about us? But here's what makes the record truly remarkable. Sagan and his team knew almost certainly that it would never be found. The mathematics of cosmic probability work against discovery, yet they created it anyway. They spent months selecting music, debating images, choosing languages, understanding that the message would almost certainly never be read. This reveals something profound about human nature. We create meaning not just for reward or recognition. We create because we must. We craft messages for the future, not knowing who will receive them. We build monuments and write books and compose music, trusting that somehow, somewhere, in some form, what we've made will endure. The Voyagers carry these records still. As the spacecraft drift through interstellar space, silent and dying, the golden records continue outward. Beethoven travels with them. Chuck Berry, whale songs, baby cries, images of Earth, greetings in languages both ancient and modern. A snapshot of human civilization captured at a moment in time. In 40,000 years, the Voyagers will approach other stars. They won't enter those systems. They'll drift past billions of miles away, too small and cold to be detected by any foreseeable technology. But the records will still be intact, still carrying their message, still waiting for a discovery that will likely never come. Yet that message exists. That attempt to explain ourselves persists. And whether anyone ever finds it or not, we sent it. We did that. We created something and released it into the cosmos. We said, here is what we are. Here is what we value. Here is who we are as a species. The record is humanity's most optimistic artifact. Not because we believed someone would find it, but because we believed we had something worth sending, something worth preserving forever, something worth sharing with the universe, even if the universe never listened. And that says something extraordinary about us.